Ghostwatch is a very strange entity itself. It came out in 1992, it was aired once on the BBC, it was a television drama, something that really captured the whole country's imagination, good or bad, or indifferent as it may be, and it was something that, even though I saw it at a very young age, it stuck with me. As I'm starting to find out, it stuck with a lot of people about my age who saw it young as well. It's a very simple premise. You know, before there were ghost programmes, this was centred around a group of 4 presenters hosting a programme called Ghostwatch that was all about this house that had possible paranormal activity. Kind of based around the Enfield horror, you know, the thing that was in The Conjuring 2, that kind of idea. A single mother, 2 young girls in a house experiencing paranormal activity, and this TV show turned up to hopefully capture it, a world's first. And it's a fairly simple premise, but this thing works tremendously well. Now, putting it on to watch it now, it's been 26 years since it aired, I was a little bit dubious and worried about what it was going to be like. And it starts off a product of its time. You know, the way it had its TV sets, the way it had the presenters talking to the camera, but it's very realistic. It's based like a live programme, so it's real time, and you have it cutting between different kinds of footages, different presenters talking about various things. And one of the key elements that works tremendously well with this programme is the 4 presenters. They're playing themselves, they got real people to portray themselves. So we have Mike Smith and Sarah Green, who were notable children's TV presenters at the time. We get Michael Parkinson, who everybody knows him, one of the best sort of interviewers of his time ever, just being a lead to this programme. And then we have Craig Charles, a kind of comedian who was starred in Red Dwarf, an actor who is just there as a kind of person that doesn't believe in this. And you have these 4 different entities, these people. So you have Mike Smith, who's manning the phones for this, and his wife Sarah Green is the person at the house doing all the investigation around about it, being the compassionate person dealing with the family. You have Michael Parkinson in the studio talking to various people, who really does go through the sort of gamut of various emotions, from disbelief to contempt to realising something may be going on. It keeps switching and changing all the way through it. And with Craig Charles, who's just the guy there, who's there for a little bit of levity, you know, bring things down a little bit, have a joke, a laugh, doesn't really buy into this, and is not really bothered about pretending it goes on either. And it feels, like I said, a product of its time. It feels like one of those typical live TV shows, and that's a power and a real big strength for this show. It really does just carry it forward, because it's very disarming more than anything. You've seen things, lots of programmes like this. So when you see something that's a drama that's made up exactly like the TV shows you watched like this, it's very disarming. And because of the story, which is layered and nuanced, and because of the tale that wraps up at the end, it becomes something that's wholly engrossing. So the first hour, I would say, it introduces you to all the characters, to various experts, to the family within the house, to the dynamics of where everybody is. And in that last half hour is where it just turns the screw. And it's that turning of the screw that is instrumental in making it one of the most profound horror experiences of my life. Something that even now had me looking over my shoulder at noises within my house. It has a deep rooted effect on me. And that's somebody watching it now, realising that it looks kind of hokey at the start, but somehow this has a great power to get under your skin and still affect you. There is so many fantastic touches around about this show, whether it be the way scenes play out, where it'll have somebody doing this almost found footage, like this is a kind of precursor to Blair Witch and things like that, where it'll move across an empty room and you will see a shadowy figure, and then they'll rewind the footage and the shadowy figure's gone and it's not there anymore, and you're always in your mind not sure if you saw something or if you didn't. And it does this several times where it'll pan by something, you're sure there's somebody there, pans back, they're gone. It's simple, it's effective, and it is creepy as hell. This is just an amazing programme. It's something that everybody should see, every horror fan. I'd be really curious to know somebody's opinion of it who didn't experience it at the time, and the whole host of tabloid drama that came after it, because people did not realise this was a drama. They realised, or they expected this to be a real thing because of the presenters that were doing their job here. So you had people really worried about what had happened to the TV show, people freaking out in their houses, children scarred for life, because it works, and because it works tremendously well. This is one of the most just long-standing horror things that I can think of, one that just, time doesn't matter, it is just effective. And it's the story that's wrapped within a story within the story. So we have the main story of the family, then we have this entity or spirit that's there, and we get the backstory to that throughout this show, because we have call-in, we have people phoning in with various stories or things that are happening in their house, or people who have information about this house, and they're giving their side of the tale, which builds up the legacy of this character Pipes. And then we have the technological twist on it. By putting the camera into this house, are we given access to something nefarious, some weird entity, to allow them to get access into our homes through the technology, as it's beaming a signal from there straight into your TV set? It's wonderful. It's really terrifically done. I was surprised myself how much I just enjoyed the heck out of this thing. It was tremendous. Again, going back to this is something that I would have no problems putting on a top 10 horror list, because it has that creepy effect. It has the terrific performances of the natural presenters portraying themselves, but imbuing it with a little bit of drama as well, and it comes across perfectly well. Michael Parkinson, I think, is terrific. He really does go through different emotions, from being extremely cynical to being engaged and wondering if this is true, to becoming in almost disbelief, and then coming back to sort of condescending and irritated and angry and confused. He does marvellous work for a guy who wasn't really a dramatic actor. There is little bits of this that aren't great. We get some performances that are a little bit ropey. We get some things at the start that are just wrong and don't really fit in with what you would consider drama, and it makes it feel like real life, not great performances. But that is, again, part of the charm of it. It lulls you into this false sense of security that you know what is going on, but ultimately it pulls the rug right from under your feet. Like I said, the last half hour is a sustained half hour of sheer terror and fun and horrific things that go bump in the night, things that make the hairs in the back of your neck just stand up to attention. It is creepy and effective. If you haven't seen Ghostwatch before, I'd love to know what you think of it. I hope you go and search it out and find it. You can find it somewhere on the internet. If you're in the US, you can get it on Shudder. If you're in the UK, I'm sure you can find it on Vimeo or some other streaming service. And I would really like to know what you think of this now, or if you have a memory of the time, if you were around when it was first shown and it has a strong memory in your head. Let me know all about it. I'd love to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.